All right, so like Oklahoma takes a bad L to Kansas State. And my first reaction is, of course, trash football play, trash football team, 3 takeaways. You're giving the ball up to a Kansas State squad that does not beat itself and yet still managed to put so many penalties out there. And instead of going, Kansas State actually did what Kansas State does, which is out-scheme you, like see what you're going to show and then put people in position to take that apart. So like an example of this is OU ran man across the board with its secondary in the first half and, ran the football, or Kansas State ran the football. Second half, they come back. They got this 5'5" dude who weighs all of 140 pounds named Deuce Vaughn, and they line him up in the slot, and they know that a linebacker's going to come out there. And they line him up to the middle linebacker's side, making the middle linebacker and Will think about it. And they could never have predicted this was going to happen, but it did happen. You end up with a dude like Brian Meade lined up over the top of Deuce Vaughn. Mm-hmm. Brian Meade is a walk-on from Owasso. Went to Rejoice Christian. He's a redshirt senior and still a walk-on, and yet they are throwing him out there like they threw him out there last year, like they threw him out there the year before to play linebacker. And they line this slow white dude up over the top of this super fast black dude, and the super fast black dude split him.
First off, I don't know why you got to make it about race.
The super fast Nubian warrior took it over.
Cool. I'm good with tribal stuff. Okay. Go ahead.
This super fast Nubian warrior took it over the top of the stand-ins for Bill Butcher's The Natives and nearly took it to the house. All right, so they do this again, and yet they split the running back out on the numbers and make the linebacker chase him out there, knowing that you got man, right? You know their principles. You know they're not going to deviate from their principles. And then the same dude, Brian Meade, picks up pass interference and outran because, he don't know how to do this. Number one, he's not
he's ill-equipped.
He's not your best linebacker. He will never be your best linebacker. And now you got him playing DB. To which the Kansas State fans get to be like, yo, man, we didn't have 5 DBs on our two deep depth chart when we played y'all. We had wide receivers and safeties out there playing corner. Yes, I know. But again, when you got a class of individual that doesn't know that he's out of his depth, aka Kansas State wide receivers and safeties, and a class of person that knows he's tremendously out of his depth because he's already been exposed once, aka Brian Meade, yeah, Deuce Vaughn's probably going to eat. So Kansas State put in all these elite concepts and these halfback angle concepts to get Deuce Vaughn out in space against linebackers. And Skylar Thompson was like, cool, you mean all I got to do is go throw it to the short, fast dude and he's going to cook y'all? We can do that. And then you need, the offense to do what you expect the Lincoln Riley offense to do, which is go score. No, man. They decided not to do that. So, Ron, if it's 2 minutes, 43 seconds left to play in the game, and you're down 3 points on your end of the field, and your defense hasn't been able to stop anybody or anything, your defense is so bad it is rolling through a red light because it just the brakes are gone. You gonna punt the football?
Give me that down and distance again, because I want to say that
you're on your own. You're on your own 30.
Oh no, this is one of those I hate to be the coward, but I probably would punt. But if I was brave, if I knew that I could call a heroic game, I guess I'd go for it. But see, this is me. Giving up all semblance of I've ever played Madden or NCAA in my life.
I was about to say, you know exactly what you would do.
I'm a dad now. I'm now part of the AARP. To rip me, I'm 6 feet deep. I'm sorry.
You are Jason Garrett wanting to punt on third down.
Take my card.
Golly. It's like, give me them sticks. Give me these controllers. You no longer deserve these.
Because here's the thing, like I'm working on this like as I'm thinking about the situation that I'm thinking, oh man, better hope we can get a stop. And that's how the rest of the staff has to be thinking, like, oh man, I hope we can get a stop, because you can't reliably say, yeah, we've look at the performance that we've put on all game. We'll definitely get the ball back within 3 minutes. Definitely.
And like Riley talked about this earlier today, and he said, look, I chose to punt thinking that we could pin them deep, get the ball back with a minute 50 on their side of the 50. Or a minute 50 seconds left on their side of the 50. And even if that works, you still got to go 50, 55 yards. Okay? And there's no guarantee you can do that anymore, because watching Spencer Rattler operate the 2-minute offense, needing a score, was so just debilitating, and it hurt so much because you could see how shook he was. He did not know what he needed to do from a leadership standpoint. And then you got Joel Klatt on the call going, see, this is where you need a veteran leader out there at quarterback. He doesn't know what to do here. He's not been in this situation, and he's not wrong. To which you get all the people saying, see, Riley ain't got no transfer Heisman quarterback to save him now. I'm like, he doesn't need that. And yet, I'm not going to say Jalen Hurts would have done something, but I know Jalen Hurts wouldn't have been shook. He probably would have made a bad play, but he wouldn't have been shook. I don't know how you fix Spencer Rattler being shook in 2020.
No, this is why, if this was a normal year, you could have your out of conference games. You could play Missouri State and Central Arkansas a couple of times, maybe have a larger game against somebody more established, and then you roll in the conference play with, like, cool, we got our kinks out. We're no longer peeking our guts out like Donovan McNabb. It's a good time. We can roll. I mean, not to say that you wouldn't have like tight situations like today, but I think you would be you would just be more well prepared for crunch time situation. This is the thing that you were going to get out of Spencer Rattler, regardless. I think people, if you are,
I
if you have
expected to
faith
get
in,
against Texas, not
well, I'm
against
saying,
Kansas
like,
State.
if you have faith in Spencer Rattler. Not Spencer Rattler. If you have faith in Lincoln Riley, like you know, this dude paints with he is an oil painter, but with football. So you think that's okay if you just follow his plan, right? If say the ball doesn't leave the hands of Spencer Rattler wrong just one less time, they have 6 more points on the board.
But it did.
Yeah.
But it did. Like, the man needed to make a play. And Kansas State said, give me that.